Kansas City Sports Update Studios. Welcome to Kingdom Radio, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs. Brought to you by Arrowhead Update. Join Chris and Richard on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Player FM, CastBox, and all third-party applications. Check us out on Facebook platforms such as Kansas City Sports Update and Arrowhead Update. And if you cannot find us there, Google or search Kingdom Radio and Kansas City Chiefs, and you will find us. Welcome to the Kingdom. Kingdom.
Good evening, Chiefs Kingdom. This is your host tonight, Chris Chavez, and this is the evening before the biggest game of the entire season for the Chiefs. We play the New England Patriots tomorrow in Foxborough, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm extremely excited for this game. This is going to be a huge, impactful game for the Chiefs season, going into the playoffs. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for this game. Richard's out tonight, so we're just going to kind of run through this really quickly, you guys. For the most part, the Patriots have been having a stellar year on defense. They've got the number one one of the top defenses in the league, depending on your perspective. It's either New England or the 49ers. But on the flip side of that, the New England Patriots offense has been nowhere near as good as we've seen or known them to be in the past. Brady is looking human this year. And on the flip side, their running game hasn't been nearly impactful as is usual. But they tend to kind of give away what they're going to be doing in the run game based upon the personnel that they have in. So if we see Sony Michel in the backfield, they're more than likely going to be running the ball. He has 184 rushing attempts, whereas James White, the other running back, when he's in, he has 53 carries. And so more than likely, if James White is in the backfield, they're going to be throwing the ball. On the flip side, in the passing game, James White is the second leading receiver on the team with 57 receptions. So you look at 57 receptions to 43 or 53 running attempts. He's more than likely going to be in on a passing down. Julian Edelman, their leading receiver, is also their leading target getter. 123 targets, 82 catches. And he's about 85 yards away from having a 1,000-yard season. And the next closest receiver is an inverse of the 82 with 28 catches. I'm not counting James White in those totals, you guys. Julian Edelman, 82 catches. Philip Dorsett, 28 catches. Those numbers are rather astounding. When Brady's throwing the ball, he's looking for one guy and one guy only, really. Mohamed Sanu in the 4 games with the New England Patriots, he's had 17 catches. Don't get me wrong, he's a very well experienced wide receiver, but his best years are absolutely behind him. But he and Brady have definitely had some really good games, had some big games here in the last couple of weeks. On the defensive side, let's see, their leading tackler is Jamie Collins, who is leading the team with 61. He's got 6 sacks. They have another linebacker, Kyle Van Noy, with another 6.5 sacks, and Dante Hightower with 4 sacks. And then their defensive end, Chase Winovich, he's a rookie, but he's got 5.5, as does their defensive tackle, Adam Butler. These guys can bring pressure from all over the place. And the way that they do that on defense is by bringing in a zero rush. Or cover zero, excuse me. So they pretty much blitz 6 players here to try to force the quarterback into making a mistake, or if he tries to run around and escape the rush, they'll get him from another direction. And this is a strategy that they used last year in the playoffs against us. And what they ended up doing was that they rushed 5, but they double teamed Tyreek Hill with a safety and a corner. And in the first half, it really caused a lot of problems for us. But in the second half, we started to kind of figure it out a little bit. And I expect for the Chiefs to continue to be successful against that defense. What we need to expect is for them to, again, they're going to double team Cheetah with a safety and a corner, and they're going to put their best cornerback, Stephon Gilmore, up against either Watkins or potentially, and I could really see this making a little bit more sense, against Travis Kelce. If they put Gilmore on Kelce, that means that we're going to have to really ride our third, fourth, and fifth best options in the passing game. And in order for us to be successful tomorrow, we need for Mecole Hardman to step up. I think that he's going to be the key to our success tomorrow. D-Rob has really fallen off. Hardman's kind of been absent the last couple of weeks as well. And both of those guys really need to step up. But if Hardman can really get in sync with Mahomes, I don't think that the Patriots have the speed or the personnel to truly shut down 2 absolute speed getters and out of our wide receiving core. They can shut down one, they can't shut down both. But we need for these guys to be able to get open and run their routes and create separation and catch the ball. I think that this is going to be a really tough game for Kelce. He's got to perform in this game. He has got to create separation, catch the ball, and move those sticks, move the pile, or get in past the pylons, get a touchdown or 2. Mahomes has got to be on his game. This is going to be a really tough game, you guys. Checking the weather forecast, which if you guys have been listening all year long, we haven't done at all. But going into this game, the temperature is going to be 32 degrees and partly cloudy. At the moment, there's no reports of a chance of rain at all. But 32 degrees, that's going to be pretty cold. And fingers and limbs are going to be pretty numb at probably later on in the game. And so I think that this is going to end up becoming a little bit of a running game. And luckily we have McCoy, who's had 2-3 weeks worth of rest, and we have an emerging D-Train. For those of you who missed it last week, he stepped in for an entire series and he looked fantastic. I definitely think that he needs to get some more carries in this game, and he and Shady are going to be a nice little change of pace. We need to run outside of the tackles in order to really stretch the defense, as well as get them tired and wear them down. Let our offensive line beat these guys up in the middle, and then break it outside, and test that secondary of the Patriots. I think that with our improved defense over the last couple weeks, if they're on point tomorrow, this is going to be a very, very close game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, you guys. I think it's going to be about 24-17 with the Chiefs coming out on top. Everything that I've seen has us, what's the word I'm looking for? With the advantage. Right now, the Patriots have their starting center, Karras. He's out for the game tomorrow. And the Chiefs have a couple of players that are out. Mo Claiborne, he's out. Damian Williams has been ruled out already. And in case you guys didn't hear at all this week, we ended up re-signing Spencer Ware. And I'm not sure if he's going to necessarily be on the game roster, or if we're just going to go in with 2 running backs. But it'll be nice to get him back into the fold and getting some carries at some point down the road. Way things are looking, Frank Clark is questionable for the game. I think he's going to be the key piece that we have to have, because if we don't have him, well, okay, so let me break this down as well, because I haven't touched on our defense yet. We're going to have all hands on deck on defense, because like I was saying, the Patriots their offense in the passing game really only runs through Edelman. And last week we saw Houston double team him with a corner and with a safety. And then they had a linebacker follow their running back out of the backfield. And basically what they were doing was they were dropping 6 or 7 players back in coverage. And I think we need to absolutely mimic that exact same defense as well, because as we saw, Houston was very successful with that. We absolutely have the personnel to be successful against this Patriots team tomorrow. So Charvarius Ward matched up against Edelman, and with Thornhill covering the back, I think that we shut him down with that. Breland covering Sanu, Kendall Fuller. I think even if we put Kendall Fuller on Edelman and let Thornhill cover him over the top, is going to be a great defense to be able to shut them down. I think Fuller might be a little bit shiftier and might be able to stick with him, because Edelman is very good getting in and out of his cuts. Basically, as long as we have bodies around Edelman and don't let him get yards after the catch, we're going to be we should be successful in shutting him down and controlling their offense. But going to our D line, if we can just control the line of scrimmage with 4 linemen, Clark, Noddy, Jones, Okafor, we're going to be having a great day, because we're going to be able to shut down the run game and force Brady to have to throw against 6 or 7 corner, or 6 or 7 back in the secondary playing against the run. And that's what we've got to do in order to shut these guys down. We absolutely can do that. If Frank Clark's out, we still have K-Pass to be able to step in there. But I would much rather have, and you guys know that K-Pass is my guy, but I would much rather have K-Pass subbing in and covering in for Frank Clark, or rotating over with Okafor, stepping in and playing the defensive tackle positions when need be. I'd rather K-Pass come in and keep these guys fresh. And if we have one man out, Frank Clark or whomever, that's going to definitely set us back. And we need those extra bodies, those fresh bodies, to be able to come in and break down that offensive line so that we can keep hitting or pressuring Brady. And man, I am so excited for this game, you guys. I can see this game playing out in the Chiefs' favor. And I think it's definitely going to be a very good game, very exciting. And like I said, it's going to be a low-scoring affair, I believe, but I think it's going to come out with the Chiefs on top. So you guys, please be safe out there, enjoy the game, and have a great day. And we will talk to you guys after the game with the game breakdown. Have a good night.